Hello, Cinema Lovers. We are Cinema Squad coming at you with our latest podcast. Today we'll be doing a recap slash review for episode 1 of season 3 of The Flash, titled Flashpoint. This has been a very anticipated episode. We've all been wondering what The Flash is going to do with Flashpoint Paradox, which is a very beloved graphic novel written by Jeff Johns that created the New 52. And so I want to know, Will, what did you think of it?
Well, I was honestly a little disappointed in it. Not that it wasn't a good episode, not even that it wasn't a great episode, but I don't feel that it lived up to the hype. Not just of being called Flashpoint, but just the hype that it's been having over the summer of, you know, this is what we're going to do, and it's going to be awesome, and blah, blah, blah. I don't feel like it lived up to that. And, it was a very good episode. It was a very strong episode. I knew, obviously, that Flashpoint wasn't going to last all season or even well into the season, but I was kind of disappointed that it was pretty much resolved by the end of the episode. I was hoping for at least a two-parter, especially since episode 2's title is Paradox. I honestly thought that it was going to be a two-parter, and I was kind of disappointed when they wrapped it up. Now, and obviously this is going to be a spoiler-filled review, obviously the timeline's not 100% back to normal. It's still a little fucked up. So I'm interested to see where they go from here with the threads that they left open at the end of the episode.
Okay, Miller, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty bad.
What?
I thought the episode was pretty bad. It was, like, cringeworthy at times. It was cheesy. Wally's acting was pretty terrible, and he looked like... I was hoping that the photos were just bad, but even in motion, he looked stupid in that costume. And I agree with Will that it didn't live up to the hype, and that I don't like that. I mean, not everything got resolved, obviously, but I don't like that they did the whole Flashpoint thing in one episode. It just felt very underwhelming. And still, like, even with the unresolved thread of Iris and Joe's crippled relationship, like, I just don't care. I really just don't care.
Well, me personally, as an episode of The Flash, I loved it. I thought it was a very good episode. As a comic book fan, coming off of reading Flashpoint and wanting to see that, no, I didn't like it. But I also was not expecting this to be the Flashpoint from the comics because they don't have the budget. They can't get Wonder Woman. Well, they could. They might be able to get Wonder Woman because of the Barton thing. But I doubt they would do that either way. They don't have the budget to do Flashpoint either way, so it doesn't matter. But Miller, I will agree with you that yes, dude who plays Wally,
Keenan Lon
episode, yeah, him. He was pretty bad in that episode. Because I remember this morning I got on Facebook and I saw that the Flash account or whatever posted a clip from the episode, and it was the part where he says, "Nah, but this fool might when I'm done with him," or whatever. That line was so bad. God, it was just so bad. It seemed like they told him like to do it one way and he did it a completely different way, and the way he put the emphasis on fool was just terrible, and that line was just terrible. And yes, Keenan, whatever his name is, he was pretty bad throughout that whole episode. I still don't like the costume, but I mean, I'll get over that. I never liked the costume from the beginning, and even the trailers and all that, I never liked it, so I figured I wouldn't like it this episode either. But some people like it, so whatever. But I thought, for a Flash episode, I thought it was really good. But and Will, about them doing it all in one episode, it's not necessarily they have done it all in one episode, because it's going to keep going.
Well, what Will meant is that he reversed it, even though it's not completely reversed, but that's what he meant.
Right, there are definitely effects of the Flashpoint, and they said this much, that you're going to feel the effects of Flashpoint throughout the season. But yeah, I just hoping for, a good two-parter is basically a movie cut in half. It's a movie where you get part 1 and part 2, but it's a movie. This was just a TV episode, 45 minutes. I think the story, to tell a great, compelling story that would have lived up to Flashpoint, requires at least 90 minutes.
With me, maybe it was just because at first, when they first announced it, I was like, okay, yes, Flashpoint, awesome, this is going to be great. I was thinking they were going to do Robert Queen instead of Thomas Wayne Batman, and I figured they'd go that route, and they would probably stick to the graphic novel, just change up the characters, and then the trailer came out at San Diego Comic-Con for season 3, and I was like, okay, this isn't the route they're going. And so I dumbed down my expectations, and so I ended up liking it a lot because I went into it knowing that it probably wasn't going to be the Flashpoint of the comic books.
Well, and I think they could have done something still more special without doing exactly what was in the comic books. I mean, everybody knew that wasn't what was going to happen, and that's okay. But like you said, with the Robert Queen thing, they could have. I was really disappointed that it was really just confined to just the core Flash characters.
I agree, and I just thought of that right now when I said that about Robert Queen. I just thought about that. It was just the Flash characters. They never mentioned Oliver, or hell, they could have name dropped Bruce Wayne or something in that episode. That would have been really cool. They could have done a lot of things. Now that I'm thinking about this episode, I'm starting to dislike it more. Why are you guys doing this to me?
Honestly, I felt, as far as alternate reality stories go, I thought last year's Welcome to Earth 2 and Escape.
Yeah, that was an excellent episode.
That was a much better alternate reality story. And I really wish that they had done something a little more along those lines. And I think a two-parter would have given them time to flesh it out a little bit more. It's like they went in, they fulfilled a Flashpoint obligation, and they got out.
Well, maybe they're just waiting. Maybe they're just waiting to show the effects of Flashpoint on the other shows. I don't know.
So. I don't think they're doing anything with them.
Well, no.
Arrow comes back tomorrow, and I know Katie Cassidy is going to be in the Arrow season premiere. So I mean, maybe they'll show the effects of Flashpoint in the other shows or something. I don't know.
Hopefully.
Well, and that's entirely possible because, like I conceded already, it's not done. There are still. The timeline is not 100% reset. There are still effects there are ripples that Barry's going to have to rediscover, and that somehow Reverse Flash did something intentionally, because he told Barry, he was like, well, my life is back to normal. Yours not so much. And so I think that is going to have some kind of repercussions across the other shows, because the producers have pretty much said that. Like with Katie Cassidy, they've said she will be alive and well. Not a clone, not a doppelganger, not a flashback. She will be alive and well in the present time. So I think something with Flashpoint has, some effect on Arrow. Most predominantly probably undoing Black Canary's death. But again, we just have to wait and see tomorrow night.
God.
And another thing I was about to point. Oh yeah, you said you mentioned Reverse Flash. Can we all agree the scenes with Barry and Eobard Thawne, that was amazing?
Because that's what I really liked about the episode, was like, okay, we're seeing Barry go on this like emotional roller coaster of a journey, and you're like, all right, they can really do a lot with this, and then they like wrap up a lot of it in one episode.
Well, I think, and I'm really happy that they have been bringing Matt Lesher back as the Reverse Flash, because I think he's a much better Reverse Flash than Tom Cavanaugh was.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they don't just keep bringing back Tom Cavanaugh as the Harrison Wells Reverse Flash. I like that they're actually using, that they're done with the Harrison Wells Reverse Flash thing. This is, from now on, this is the Reverse Flash, because I like him a lot better. And I agree, those were the best scenes in the whole episode.
Matt Lusher plays a better villain than Tom Cavanaugh does. He has a really sinister look and tone to him when he's on the screen.
He's given a more interesting character, too, I think.
And while I liked what Tom Cavanaugh did when he was revealed to be Reverse Flash, and I thought that he did the sinister side of Harrison Wells really well in Season 1, he works much better as the mentor character.
Yeah.
And I like that last year in Season 2 that the Earth 2 Harrison Wells was able to grow more into that mentor character again, because when you first meet Earth 2 Harry, he's kind of a dick. And so I like that he became more of that mentor character as the season went on. And I'd like to see, again, I don't know if they're going to bring Harry back or if Tom Cavanaugh is going to be, the Earth Prime Harrison Wells that's been, flash pointed back into existence or what. I'm really interested to see what they do with him. But I also hope that this doesn't become a recurring theme where Tom Cavanaugh plays a different Harrison Wells every season. That's going to get really annoying really fast.
Yeah.
One thing that happened, one thing that they did that I wish they would have went a different route with. At the end of the episode, when Barry gets back and he's like, "Where's Iris?" And then Joe's like, don't say that, something like that, whatever he said. I thought they were about to go with Reverse Flash killed Iris. And I thought that would have been a great idea, and that would have been shocking. I thought that would have been a great idea, but apparently it's just some family issue shit. I didn't really like that.
Yeah, that annoys me.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I really thought they were going to be like, Barry, Iris died last year or whatever. And yeah, I'm with you. I was kind of disappointed when they didn't go that route, but I'm also interested to see exactly the extent of what did Reverse Flash fuck up, and how is Barry going to either fix it or learn how to adapt into it.
Yeah, that brings
because when Reverse Flash said that thing and he was like my timeline, my world is fine or whatever, but yours is probably not, and then he sped off. I was like, oh shit, and then that thing with Iris happened, and I was like, oh shit, Reverse Flash killed Iris, and then just more drama, of course.
Okay, Miller, go.
It just represents more of the show not taking risks. That they did this an entire episode. It's like when they brought back, spoilers for Arrow, anybody listening, if you're not caught up. It's like when they brought back Oliver Queen in one episode. It's like, what the hell?
I agree. I would have rather have them said, you know what, Stephen Amell, you're taking a 4-week vacation because we're not going to have Oliver Queen in the show for a while. That was something that they did in 1992 when they did the Death of Superman storyline. Before they started the Reign of the Supermen, there was 2 or 3 months where there were no Superman comics at all. And it's like, Superman's dead, and that's it. There's no more comics. And for 3 months, comic fans were left going, oh my God, it's really over. And then they announced, oh, guess what? Superman's coming back. But it left you with almost a sense of emptiness, because you're like, Superman's really gone. And I would have liked to have seen them do something like that with Oliver Queen, and I was really disappointed that they didn't.
Arrival was really stupid, too.
Yeah, the Rival for me was just yet another Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
I was hoping
and the costume was stupid.
Jay Garrick was going to show up, and he didn't.
Jay Garrick will show up at some point, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying because the Rival is a Jay Garrick villain.
But they're not done with the Rival yet. They're just done with the Flashpoint Rival. We saw from the post-credits scene, which I really like that Flash does that. They don't do it every episode, but whenever they have a tease to do, they have those little epilogue scenes where they just kind of tease something. And we saw, obviously, Dr. Alchemy is going to recruit the Prime Universe version of the Rival. So we're not done with the Rival yet. Now, obviously, somebody wrote on the mirror of Edward Claris's apartment the word alchemy. And that leads you to believe that that's Dr. Alchemy, but does anybody else think that that might actually be Mirror Master, who could also be working for Dr. Alchemy? Because they've announced Mirror Master will be in this season, and it was written on a mirror, so that's just something that I thought, like, hey, what if that's not Dr. Alchemy? What if that's Mirror Master? And what if Dr. Alchemy is kind of assembling the rogues?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, was that it actually was Mirror Master until I saw that it spelled out alchemy.
Right, but he could be working for Dr. Alchemy.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying that I just thought it was Mirror Master before it actually spelled out alchemy.
Miller, thoughts?
Either way is possible.
I hope they don't screw up Mirror Master, though. I don't think they will, but been waiting a while to see Mirror Master.
Right.
But yeah, I think from this episode, set the course for the season. I think it'll be a good season, and because I thought for an episode of The Flash, I thought this was a really good episode, just not Flashpoint.
But I think calling it Flashpoint was a little unfair, both to the fans and to the show itself, because now that's a plot thread that they've wasted. They can't ever do that justice again because, you know, they've already shit all over it. It's kind of the same thing with the Phoenix Saga and the X-Men. I really don't think that they're ever going to do that again. Maybe they will. A lot of people are saying, oh, now they can do Phoenix. They've already done that. I don't think they're going to do it again. They just did it badly the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think them calling that episode Flashpoint was like The Killing Joke being rated R. It didn't. Neither of them had to happen.
Right.
Yeah, the show screwed up Barry's entire character just to have that shitty episode. It's like, what the hell?
I'll tell you what. Before we were talking about Ezra Miller's Flash trilogy, if it becomes a trilogy, eventually doing a Flashpoint thing, and my original position was, well, we don't need to see that in the movie because we're going to get it in the show. I am completely the opposite now. I would love to see that in a movie because we did not get it in the show.
So now moving on to episode 2. Will, what did you think of episode 2?
I liked it a lot better than I liked episode 1. I felt that this episode was necessary to the Flashpoint story arc. Like, to me, I don't know if they intended it to be a two-parter, but that's how it comes off. And I felt like the premiere as a whole, I think, would have lived up to the hype a little bit more had they made it a 2-hour premiere episode instead of a 2-parter. I think that the second half was definitely the stronger half. And yeah, I feel like they missed an opportunity by not making it a 2-hour season premiere event.
I completely agree. Miller, what did you think?
I thought it was, well, a lot better than episode 1, because I really didn't like that. But I don't like the reason that Iris and Joe are strained, because I like that in the normal timeline that they didn't do that, because I thought it would have been really stupid if they had her get mad at him in that timeline, and I just didn't really like that they couldn't have really thought of anything else. I think Tom Felton is a great addition to the show, and I don't know if he's, I mean, we can talk about it, but I don't think he's evil, at least yet. It's going to sound weird, but I kind of actually like the this version of Cisco better, because the other one really annoys me.
That dark.
I know because his brother.
You like the version of Cisco where his brother died.
I like the version of Cisco that doesn't feel like he's pandering to the Big Bang Theory crowd. Like,
yeah, I get that.
Actually, if you notice, Cisco does wear a lot of Big Bang Theory t-shirts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
maybe I'll get more into it, but right now I'm not really into the whole Arrival and Dr. Alchemy plot at all.
Okay, Darren, since Darren was not here for the first episode recap or review, what did you think of episodes 1 and 2 as a whole?
Yeah, guys, I was stuck in the Speed Force. That's why I wasn't here. That's why I was absent. I think I'm going to be the odd man out because I love both of these episodes. I love both of these episodes. They're Season 2 kind of waned on me. I'm not a fan of Season 2 of Flash, but this just comes straight back. First off, the effects are so much better. For some reason, these first 2 episodes, the effects are spectacular. How the rival is being thrown across the city.
That was amazing.
That was so fucking cool. And even the fights and how the colors are bouncing off of each other. This is the first time I have ever liked Wally ever. Wally, they made a complete 180 on his. I made a complete 180 on his character. I get him now. He's funny. His jokes land. He was great as Kid Flash. I really want him back in that costume. I never thought I would say that. I want him back as Kid Flash because he was incredible as Kid Flash. I need to echo Miller's sentiments with Tom Felton. Fantastic addition to the show. He's he's up there with Joe as one of the best performers, other than I'm forgetting his name for some reason, but Barry Allen. Other than Grant Gustin, Grant Gustin. He's one of the best performers they have gotten there, and I like that Season 2. You really got to see the repercussions of what Barry did. Barry really fucked up. Like he shattered a lot of things. And I like that you're seeing the repercussions and that you're seeing, like, they have these great emotional beats that you were missing from Season 2. And I like how we're probably going to get into this more later as well, but I like how the other Flash came back. And the way I'm forgetting the actor's name once again. I'm sorry. The way Flash from Earth 3, he plays it. The way he plays that is completely different from Barry's dad. And you could absolutely see the way he was coming off and the way he's still being a mentor, but he's not being Barry's dad. He's just another Flash. He's just like, dude, you messed up. You can't go back. Can't go back and fix it. You just have to deal with it. So I loved both these episodes. I like that this isn't a direct adaptation of Flashpoint. It's like Days of Future Past with me. X-Men Days of Future Past is X-Men Days of Future Past in name only, and this is like this with Flashpoint. And I like how they are taking the necessary elements from Flashpoint to adapt it into the TV show. But I like how they're adapting it. You're feeling the emotional weight, but there's also these great fun moments and great epic moments. And I like how they're incorporating alchemy, because I was worried about the Flash in this episode. During his fight scene, I was actually on the edge of my seat because of the team up between him and between Alchemy and the rival. So I'm loving these episodes so far.
I liked the first episode. I loved the second episode. I think the second episode was absolutely fantastic. Grant Gustin blew my mind. He was phenomenal in that episode. I went on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Dylan the Boyd. I went on Twitter and said that I think Grant Gustin deserves an Emmy nomination for The Flash, because in these 2 episodes, he's been absolutely phenomenal, better than he has ever been. And I'm really, really excited to see what he does for the rest of the season, because I honestly think if he keeps this up, he could get an Emmy nomination. So we'll see how that goes. The effects, like Darren said, were fantastic. I love the scene where the rival gets thrown across the city. That was awesome. I think the rival is fine. I like the concept of alchemy. I just don't like his mask. Did anyone else not like that, or was that just me?
I love Dr. Alchemy's look. I think it's very Darth Vader. It's very sinister. I really like it, and I think it fits that character. And there was during the Wally West years when Jeff Johns was writing, he did kind of revamp Dr. Alchemy, and that's the kind of look they're going for. So yeah, it's not the green hooded cape and all that, but that look is definitely from the comics. I think it's very cinematic. And did anybody else notice Dr. Alchemy's voice?
What do you mean?
Dr. Alchemy is being voiced. Now, they might do a Zoom thing where this actor isn't playing Dr. Alchemy. He's just the voice. I don't know. But the voice is Tobin Bell, who was Jigsaw in the Saw movies.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I love that voice for that character. I think he sounds very, very scary.
Yeah, I love his voice.
And I think the mask fits with that.
Yeah, I agree with Will because I like the mask. It doesn't mind me, and it might be something we discover that is more function than fashion. It might, he might have to breathe through that thing. So I like the mask.
I hope it does have a purpose and it's not just there just for looks like Kylo Ren's mask was. I do wish that it just would have been the normal comic book outfit with him just in the green cape and the hood or whatever. Just because
I think that would have looked cheesy.
No, I know, but what worries me is that with him having a mask, I don't want this to be another season 1 and season 2. I don't want this to be some kind. I kind of just wanted Dr. Alchemy just to be Dr. Alchemy, and that
I can agree with
just
that.
be it.
Yeah,
like
but
he just be the villain.
Yeah, but they're doing the mysterious identity thing. I mean that they're already doing that.
Yeah, I know, but I hope this isn't some kind of. I hope his identity is not the big reveal of the season, like it was with season 1 and season 2. I hope it's just kind of a minor thing, and I hope Dr. Alchemy is not Tom Felton's character. I really, really hope he is not.
I'll tell you on the Tom Felton thing. I think it is, but I also think that. And what that means is, in the comic books, there were 2 Dr. Alchemy characters, and I'm not talking about the Jeff Johns one. That's actually the 3rd. But the original Dr. Alchemy, or Dr. Alchemies, however you want to look at it, they were psychic. They were twins that were linked psychically. Okay, and there was a good twin and an evil twin, and the good twin had no knowledge of being an accomplice to Dr. Alchemy, and I think that's what they're going to go for. I think the Tom Felton that we met in this episode, I don't think that he's Dr. Alchemy, but I think Dr. Alchemy will be played by Tom Felton. And I think they're going to do the psychic link thing. So he's helping Dr. Alchemy, but he doesn't realize it. It's almost like he's being mind controlled by the other Tom Felton, who actually is Dr. Alchemy. I would almost guarantee that's how this season plays out. Knowing the comic books and knowing how this show works, I would almost guarantee that's what's going to end up happening.
I swear if that happens, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gone. It's another one of the, I knew Barry. I knew this guy, then he betrayed me. Oh, God. It's just like.
But it's different now, though.
No,
it's different because Julian and Barry don't like each other. This isn't a mutual respect thing.
It doesn't matter if they don't like each other. They still know each other. They sit across from each other.
This is how the season is going to unfold. Okay, Barry doesn't like Julian, so Barry is going to go out of his way to prove that Julian is Dr. Alchemy, but Julian's not Dr. Alchemy. Julian's evil twin brother is Dr. Alchemy, so Barry's going to keep looking like a fool until the end of the season when he gets proven right.
Yeah, that would be retarded.
Yeah, I fuck that shit.
But knowing how this show works, tell me that's not a very likely scenario.
I mean, sure, but I would like for them to break the mode a little bit. Villains don't have to know their heroes. I said this. We were talking about this off podcast the other day about Spectre. I don't like what you stand for. You don't like what I stand for. We're bad. We don't like each other. That's it. You can just do that. Don't do the whole entire flippity-roo, twist-a-roo shit. He's just a bad guy.
I think Alchemy's going to be a really good villain, I hope it's not Tom Felton, because that would just be predictable. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, is Savitar going to be a villain in season 3 or not?
They said he was going to be involved in the speed cult, so we will see that.
That'll be pretty cool, but
and I have to be honest. I'm surprised how much I didn't mind another speedster as a villain. I really like the Rival. The Rival was pretty entertaining.
I think it has to do with him and Alchemy teaming up, so it's not so much. Yeah, but even in the first episode, I was still just like, man, I'm kind of down with this. I like, and it's also how they used the effects and the banter they had, because they don't, like I said before, they don't know each other. He's just a bad guy, and there was no like Mr. Allen or anything. He was just like, I got to stop you. I got to put you down. That's it. So I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed the Rival as a villain. I'm going to miss him a little bit. I got to be honest. I like how they came to the conclusion of Dr. Alchemy, because I want them to call him Dr. Alchemy. Just sounds sinister, and I like how they're calling him They're officially calling him Dr. Alchemy. Oh yeah, I really like the scene where the Rival, whoever the actual guy is, who is the Rival, I forgot his name, but where he goes in and he sees Alchemy and all the people around him, and they're like bowing down or whatever. That was really cool.
Let's talk a little bit about Jay Garrick. I really loved John Wesley Shipp's performance in this episode.
Yeah, me too.
I loved how he looked like Henry Allen, but he was a completely different character. Like, he wasn't Henry Allen at all, to the point where even his voice was different. John Wesley Shipp was using like a Brooklyn accent as Jay Garrick, and I love that. I think it really fit the character. I like how he was. I like how he played toward Barry, because he was trying to help. He wants to teach Barry, but he's not the nurturing figure that Henry Allen was, and he's not going to pretend to be. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I have to echo your sentiments as well. Yeah, I liked how he played it. He was completely separate from Henry Allen, and he, like you said, he was also setting Barry straight. It's like, you messed up, kid. Like,
right.
There's no other way to fix it. You messed up. Go fix your shit. Go face it.
I like that now Barry is stuck in this slightly different timeline. I like that they're not just going to reset everything back to the status quo, that basically Barry is going to have to live with the consequences of his actions. He can't fix this. He can't put a pin on it. And there were scenes, especially with Barry and Cisco, that honestly got me really emotional, because when he was trying to explain to Cisco why, let's say he goes back in time and saves Dante, and Cisco gets his brother back, but then something else bad could happen to somebody else, and he's telling Cisco, you don't want to live with that on your conscience, trust me. Because he knows, he hasn't told Cisco, but Dante's dead because Barry fucked with the timeline. So Barry is living with that guilt, and I like that. I like that he's stuck with that guilt, that there are going to be lasting repercussions that he can't just undo.
Yeah, and I like how Cisco called him out on that. He was just like, you're telling me you can't do this thing when you already did it. And I like how Cisco called him out on that. Like, you'll save your family, but you can't save my family. So that was a really good moment.
What about the thing with Caitlin, her and the Killer Frost thing?
Yeah, I hated the way I like that development. I don't like how it was revealed.
I didn't like the development. I didn't like any of that.
Like, oh, you didn't like?
No, I don't like them change. I don't like them, or kind of like what Supergirl about the whole just making everyone have powers. It just annoys me.
Yeah, and Flash. I don't, because in Flash, like, so when Cisco popped up with the vibe thing, I didn't mind that because that felt natural. We've been dealing with Cisco's vibes each season. It felt like a natural progression, but like with the, I don't want to get too much in Supergirl because this is a podcast, this is a Flash thing, but like with Supergirl, it's just like, I'm a photographer. I'm a Captain America now. So it's just like, no. But yeah, I don't know. It kind of just feels natural, and it also just with Caitlyn getting her Killer Frost powers now, it kind of just it kind of reveals even more how Barry messed up, and also that Caitlyn is hiding something from the group. But I just wish it could have been revealed in a different way.
I like the fact that she's Killer Frost on Earth 1, though. I kind of wanted to see Caitlyn develop into Killer Frost, but they did the Earth 2 thing, and they killed her off, so I didn't think we were going to get to see that again. So I'm really interested in seeing how that develops over the course of the season.
I gotta admit, like moving into episode 3, I gotta admit, I don't need Dr. Wells, Harrison Wells, there all the time. It's kind of nice just to have the main group. I don't have anything against Harrison Wells, but it's just kind of nice. He doesn't always need to be there, you know? Because I know he's coming back in the next episode. I mean, the only thing I absolutely hated, I think they need to get rid of this device. I'm tired of the whole entire, I'll go talk to him right quick. Barry, can you talk to me in this hallway right quick that obviously everyone else could hear, but, just come on. Yeah, I'm tired of that shit. Just stop with the whole entire, I need to come talk to you. But other than that.
Yeah, I think that's a nitpick, but okay.
Will, final thoughts on Season 3, Episode 2 of The Flash?
I thought this was a lot stronger than the premiere. I thought that, again, had they done it as a 2-hour episode instead of a 2-parter, it would have been an extremely strong episode as a whole, and it would have lived up a little bit more to the quote-unquote Flashpoint hype. But I'm really glad with the episode that we did get, episode 2. I thought it was great. Again, I'm definitely interested to see where they go. I want to see more of Dr. Alchemy because I think he's going to be maybe he has potential to be the best villain we've had, the best big bad we've had yet. So, I mean, I'm all in on The Flash Season 3.
Darren, final thoughts on Flash?
I love this episode. I've loved the last episode. I love for me, it has lived up to the Flashpoint hype. I think this is a great adaptation of Flashpoint. They're taking the necessary plot points that they need to apply to the show. I like the repercussions, the effects, the action, characters that I've hated. I now like now, so I can't wait to see. I like Will said, I'm all in on Flash Season 3. I can't wait to see what else they bring with the rest of the season.
Miller, final thoughts?
It was okay, much better than last. Much better than the last episode. I'm still not entirely into this season, but I do like how they just didn't willy their way out of the timeline they're stuck in with Barry fixing everything, because we've seen that enough, and it was actually a impressive moment that made me not care as much about some of my criticisms, but. Yeah, I'm still waiting for the season to really pick up for me, so hopefully it will.
Okay, well, I guess that does it for our recap and review for The Flash. Season 1, Episode 2, and Season 1, Episode 2. Season 3, Episode 1, and Season 3, Episode 2. If you like this video, leave a like. If you think this video is shit, tell us in the comments or leave a dislike. If you think this video's even better and deserves some feedback, or some good feedback or something, I don't know, leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe and go like us on Facebook at Cinema Squad, and go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at cinema_squad, and go check out our website, cinemasquad.com. Until next time, Ben Affleck out, bitches.